Hello children, welcome to the class. Today let us study the second part of the 6th unit of Geography section, India Water Resources. Children, in the first session of this lesson, you have learnt the importance of water resources and the sources of water and the important rivers of India. In today's class, you are going to study about the meaning and the need of irrigation and the types of irrigation and their distribution and multi-purpose river valley projects. Children, what is irrigation? The artificial supply of water for the purpose of agriculture is called irrigation. It refers to the supply of water to the agricultural land from rivers, reservoirs, tanks or from underground sources. It is the artificial process of applying controlled amount of water to land to assist in the production of crops, and it helps to grow agricultural crops, maintain landscape and to revegetate disturbed soils in dry areas. So, irrigation is the artificial supply of water to the agricultural land. Now, let us study about the need of irrigation. Children, what is the need of irrigation? India is an agricultural country. So, for agriculture, water is very essential. For regular and sufficient supply of water, irrigation is very important. And in India, most of the farmers are depending on monsoon only. See, the dependence of monsoon for the agriculture is very difficult for the farmers to get sufficient yield, because in India the rainfall is seasonal. You know that we get rainfall only in rainy season from June to September. But throughout the year we cannot get rainfall. So, we had to develop the irrigation, and in India the rainfall is uncertain and it is unevenly distributed. You know that some parts of India get heavy rainfall and most of the parts are getting moderate rainfall. So, irrigation is very essential to grow crops. India being a tropical country, the temperature is high and evaporation more rapid. So, artificial supply of water is necessary. There are certain crops which require a larger and regular water supply, such as rice. Look at the picture. This is the crop of rice. To grow the crop of rice, high amount of water is essential. Look at the picture. How much water is used for the rice crop. And sugar cane. You know that sugar cane is an annual crop, as well as it requires high amount of water. So, with the help of irrigation only, sugar cane can be grown. So, irrigation is very essential for growing different crops. To increase the yield and production, regular supply of water is required. and this can be provided only by irrigation, which is very essential in India. Children, let us know about the types of irrigation. Look at the picture and tell me what type of irrigation this is. This is well irrigation. And what is this? This is canal irrigation. And this one, this is tank irrigation. Children, the well irrigation, the canal irrigation and the tank irrigation. These are the important three types of irrigation practiced in India. Let us discuss one by one. Well irrigation is the most important type of irrigation in India. In India, nearly 60.7% of the total irrigated area is from well irrigation. Why? In India, well irrigation is practiced in most of the areas. Why? What is the significance of well irrigation? Well irrigation is possible even in areas of low rainfall, and it is cheap and easy to dig wells. It is very cheap and easy to dig wells. They do not require superior technology. The practicing of well irrigation does not require superior technology, and it is easy even for small farmers to dig wells. So, well irrigation is the most important type of irrigation practiced in India. Let us know about the distribution of well irrigation. Well irrigation is largely practiced in the Ganga plains, including Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar and West Bengal. In South India, well irrigation is widely practiced in Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh and Karnataka. Let us know about the types of wells. There are two types of wells. One is open well and tube wells. Tube well irrigation has become widespread in India. We are tapping underground water through the tube wells. Now let us know about the canal irrigation. The canal irrigation occupies the second place after well irrigation. It accounts for about 27% of the total irrigated area. India has one of the world's largest canal systems. The government is responsible for the construction and maintenance of canals. There are two types of canals: inundation canals and perennial canals. In inundation canals, water is drawn directly from the river without building dam. Without building dam, the water is directly drawn from the river. These canals are long canals taken off from large rivers, and they receive water when the river is high enough and especially when in flood. So, we cannot use inundation canal at the all time. In perennial canals, dams are constructed across the rivers and the water is stored in the reservoirs and used for agriculture through canals. The perennial canals always have water. Let us know about the distribution of canal irrigation. Canal irrigation is extensive in Uttar Pradesh, Punjab, Bihar, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Haryana, Andhra Pradesh, Gujarat, Tamil Nadu, Odisha, West Bengal and Karnataka. The third type is tank irrigation. A tank is a natural or man-made reservoir on the earth's surface in which rainwater is collected and this water is used for irrigation. This type of irrigation is called as tank irrigation. Most of the tanks are non-perennial. Tanks are part of an ancient tradition of harvesting and preserving the local rainfall and water from streams and rivers for later use. Most of the tanks are small in size and built by individuals or group of farmers by raising bunds across seasonal streams. Tank is prevalent in the uneven and relatively rocky plateau of peninsular India, commonly used in Deccan Plateau. In recent years, the areas under tank irrigation has been decreased. Now, only 3% of the total irrigated area is under tank irrigation in India. It is mainly found in Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Maharashtra, Karnataka, Odisha, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan and Uttar Pradesh. Tank irrigation is mainly found in Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Maharashtra, Karnataka, Odisha, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan and Uttar Pradesh. Children, let us discuss about the multi-purpose river valley projects. You know that water is very precious natural resource and we are using water for different purpose. So, the water of river is used for different purpose by constructing dams. So, the river valley projects which provide multiple benefits are called as multi-purpose river valley projects. The main aims of the multi-purpose river valley projects are to provide water for irrigation, to control the floods, to generate hydroelectricity, to prevent soil erosion and to develop inland waterways and fishing, to provide recreation facilities, to provide water for domestic purposes and industries and to reclaim land for agriculture and afforestation, etc. These are all the purpose of multi-purpose river valley projects. Having all these different aims, these multi-purpose river valley projects are undertaken. The major multi-purpose river valley projects in India are Damodar Valley Project, Bhakra Nangal Project, Hirakud Project, Tungabhadra Project, Upper Krishna Project, the Kosi Project, the Rihand Valley Project and the Nagarjuna Sagara Project. Let us discuss one by one. Damodar River Valley Project. Observe the map. Because you have to locate all the multi-purpose river valley project in India map. This is Damodar Valley project is the first multi-purpose river valley project of the country, and it has been designed on the lines of Tennessee Valley Authority in USA. The river Damodar was called as Sorrow of Bengal because it was causing devastating floods during the rainy seasons and damaged crops and human settlements. As the river Damodar always causing devastating floods during rainy season and damage crops and human settlements. So, the river Damodar was called as Sorrow of Bengal. So, to control the floods, Damodar River Valley project was undertaken. It was the main aim to control the flood. The main aims of the project are to control floods, to provide irrigation, navigation, generation of hydroelectricity, afforestation, control of soil erosion, promotion of mining, industries and inland fishing. This project has been jointly undertaken by the government of Bihar, West Bengal. Across this project has been jointly undertaken by the government of Bihar and West Bengal across river Damodar and its tributaries. This project comprises of 4 dams at Tilaya, Konar, Maithan and Panchet Hill, a barrage Durgapura and 3 thermal power stations at Bokaro, Durgapura and Chandrapura. Children, let us know about Bhakra Nangal project. Is the joint venture of the states of Punjab, Haryana and Rajasthan, and it comprises of 2 dams at Bhakra and Nangal. Comprises of 2 dams at Bhakra and Nangal across the river Sutlej and 4 power houses. The main objectives of this project are flood control, irrigation facilities, generation of hydroelectricity, prevention of soil erosion and promoting afforestation. This is the picture of Bhakra Dam. Bhakra Dam is 226 meters high and it is the highest straight gravity dam in India. Children, what is straight gravity dam? Straight gravity dam is constructed from the concrete or stone masonry and designed to hold back water by using only the weight of the material and its resistance against the foundation to oppose the horizontal pressure of water pushing against it. These dams are designed so that each section of the dam is stable and independent of any other dam section. The main advantage is they can tolerate minor overtopping flows without damage as the concrete is resistant to scouring. They are built to withstand some of the strongest earthquakes, and the foundations of gravity dams are built to support the weight of the dam and all the water. It is quite flexible in that it absorbs a large amount of energy and sends it in the earth's crust. The reservoir created by this dam is called as Govinda Sagara. Children, dams are structure that restrict the flow of water in a river or a stream, but the reservoir or the lake collects behind the dam. It is the storage place. Reservoir may be natural or artificial. The reservoir created by this dam is called as Govinda Sagara. Let us discuss about Hirakud project. Hirakud project is the most important multi-purpose project of Odisha, and it also has 2 hydel power stations. Observe the map. Where is the Hirakud dam? Look at the picture of Hirakud dam. Hirakud dam is the longest dam in India. This project comprises of the construction of 3 dams on the river Mahanadi at Hirakud, Tikrapara and Naraj. The main aims of the project are flood control, provision of irrigation facilities and generation of hydroelectricity, and also to provide transport by inland waterways and to provide for fishing and afforestation. Let us discuss about Tungabhadra project. See, this is the project in our state Karnataka. It is the joint venture of Karnataka and Andhra Pradesh. The main aims of the project are to provide irrigation, generation of hydel power and inland fisheries. It comprises of dam and 3 hydel power stations. A dam has been constructed across the river Tungabhadra. It is a tributary of the river Krishna, and this dam is built at Mallapuram near Hospete in Ballari district of Karnataka. The reservoir created by this dam is called Pampasagara. The reservoir of the Bhakra dam is called as Govinda Sagara, and the reservoir created by Tungabhadra project is called as Pampasagara. Let us discuss about Upper Krishna project. Upper Krishna project is a multi-purpose river valley project in North Karnataka across river Krishna. It comprises of 2 dams, namely Alamatti and Narayanapura, and a hydel power stations. The main aims of the project are to provide irrigation, to provide drinking water and to generate hydroelectricity. The Upper Krishna project consists of 2 dams. One is Alamatti dam, and this is constructed in the village in Basavana Bagayawadi Taluk, and the Narayanapura dam is located near Siddhapura village in Shorapur Taluk of Yadgir district. Observe the map where these dams are located. Bagalkot, Vijayapura, Kalaburgi, Yadgir and parts of Belagavi districts benefit from this project. Let us know about the Kosi project. The Kosi project is an international project and a joint venture of India and Nepal. So, Kosi project is an international project of India. A dam is built across river Kosi near Hanuman Nagar in Nepal. A dam is built across river Kosi near Hanuman Nagar in Nepal. Look at this picture. This is Kosi project, and the main objectives of this project are irrigation, flood control, tidal power generation and fishing. This project has been executed by India, but the benefits are shared both by India and Nepal. The Rihand Valley project, the most important multipurpose river valley project of Uttar Pradesh. It is built across Rihand river, a tributary of Son river. The reservoir created by this dam is called Govinda Vallabha Panta Sagara. The main aims of this project are flood control, prevention of soil erosion, inland fishing, providing irrigation and power generation. The Nagarjuna Sagara project. It is built across river Krishna near Nagarjunakonda in Telangana. Irrigation and power generation are the main aims of this project. Children, till now we have discussed about the irrigation and its importance and different types of irrigation and different multi-purpose river valley projects of India. Children, let us recall a few points. The first multi-purpose river valley project of India is Damodar Valley project. The highest straight gravity dam in India is, it is Bhakra Dam. Which is the longest dam in India? It is Hirakud Dam. The reservoir created by Tungabhadra Dam is called as Pampasagara. The international project of India is the Kosi project. Children, write down all these questions and write the answers for the questions and show it to your teacher. Explain the importance of water. Why is irrigation important in India? What are the main aims of multi-purpose river valley projects? Name the important multi-purpose river valley projects of India. Children, do this activity. Draw the outline map of India and locate the important rivers and multi-purpose river valley projects. Thank you, children.